Hello.
Hi Rahul, how are you doing?
Hey, hi. Kev, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good. We've got Beck with us now as well, so should be able to answer some of these questions I couldn't really do this morning.
No problem. No problem, Kev. So just give me a second. I'll do the screen share and I'll open the deck as well. Just give me a couple of minutes. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I can, yeah, I've got it in front of me now.
All right, that's great. So we'll kickstart the design research. Like I mean, in design, you liked the site that we done for window shutters. Like I mean, this was the site which you really liked, and based on this site as well as the some likings and disliking that you shared during the discovery session, the discovery session. We did this kind of a okay, this is not the actual design, but let's just like we are taking the inspiration and just want to understand if this is the kind of a taste that you have, or just getting the idea. Like I mean, putting few sections in, understanding what's your design taste is. Right, so we did this like I mean the couple of banner section. Now this you will see like it has a white background to it and an architectural background, so that it says like you are into this architectural stuff. Like I mean we can definitely be doing a bit tweaks, like putting some designs and all, right, so that it shows like you are into the design firm, not into the direct construction work. And then you'll see this is the another image. So we try to understand like what sort of kind of a banner do you prefer out of these two, like one with the entire background image and one with the white section to it.
Right, yeah.
What, you like
Oh,
that
you,
one?
you like the full background, yeah?
Yeah, why do you like the other one?
I do, yeah.
Well, we'll go with what you
Oh,
like.
no, no. Can we have a look at the window shutters website, please, Rahul? So look,
Yeah.
this, this is what we like this when we saw it, do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
And that's obviously on the
Oh,
white.
well, the white background, yeah, no,
See what I
true.
mean? 'Cause it's cleaner, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just, it's
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Just scroll down it a bit for us, Rahul, so we can have a little look at it. Do you not
Yeah.
think sound like it's just clean and
Yeah, no, I do.
people get the quote, it's just crisp, isn't it?
Mhm.
Do you not think?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, fine,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, the white one, Rahul.
Right, sure, got it. So moving on to the next point, like I mean, these are the few, these are not the actual design that we are going to do, but just like to get the understanding, like what's your design taste is out of, because we'll be showing the process on the site, right? So which one do you prefer out of all these three?
I like that one.
You got that one?
What one do you like?
Yeah, I could do. Obviously in our colours.
Yeah.
The one you've got your mouse cursor over at the moment, Rahul. is
This
the
one, right?
That's right there, yeah.
Got it. Moving on to the next, like for the about section, we have three options over here. So which one do you prefer?
See, that one's on just a white background again, yeah, that one down there.
Mhm.
Oh, that's quite good. I don't know, what do you think?
I would have probably gone for that.
Yeah, that one as well.
Yeah.
The bottom one, the bottom right hand side one again.
This one?
That one, yeah.
All right, got it. All right, so moving on to the testimonial section, we have a couple of options. So it's just like to understand, you want some sort of a slider, or you want to show testimonials like in a grid where people can see multiple testimonials at a time.
Do you reckon the slider or multiples?
I like the slider, but I probably think I prefer the look of the slider, but I think the grid, I mean, because do people slide along, or would they like to see them all? I mean, how many times have you?
Not many.
I never slide along. I normally just look at all of them in one
and just
page.
see the main.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably a slider one, Rahul.
Right, you want a slider, right? But
I think-
still, I would recommend like if you go with the grid, because people generally slide and read the testimonials. They prefer to like, I mean, if they just simply scroll in.
Yeah,
Right.
right, we'll go with the grid, please.
Could you actually slide?
Yeah, okay. Go with the grid.
All right. Moving on to the next, like certificates, right? Will be showing certain recognition or affiliations that you have with another those bits. So which one do you prefer out of these two? Like this can be definitely, it's black. Don't consider it's a black thing. It can be changed. The background can be changed definitely.
The one you scrolled, you was just scrolling over the bottom one.
This
That
one,
one.
right?
Definitely the bottom.
All right, got it. And then the team section, we've been you said like we'll be showing 3 team members, right? And one something like which you can consider showing your being an owner, right? We can show something like your as a bigger one, and probably what you want something like your to be shown separately, and or you want your to be shown along with the team members.
I like the one with all 3 of them because then it's not just putting you right out there, but then you want to put yourself out there, don't you? That's
I don't
really
know. What do you reckon?
no. I quite like when I see meet the team pages. They normally have got
The governor on there as well, don't they?
Yeah.
The MD as well.
and then they normally group the team together.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think that if we had the 3, then you could be in the middle, and then Danielle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do the 3. We do the
All
3.
right, sure. So moving on to the next, we'll be showing certain price and packages on the site. I mean, seeing like Resi and Archiplan, they are showing off their prices. They don't worry about the competition and all, because we'll be mentioning all the USPs and all those stuff like which will put you apart from the competitors,
Yeah.
right? So if you show these packages, so what sort of we have 2 options which you feel more cleaner and neater.
I think I like that one more. Do you or not?
Don't know. I've not really thought that much into it, if I'm honest, about stuff like that. So I'll go with whatever you think, really. So that reminds me a bit Google Ads. Google Ads, see that one looks.
I don't know. I don't really go on Google Ads.
No.
I'll go for the other one then.
I don't know if you like that one, because yeah, I'm easy, to be honest with you.
Definitely the final design will be totally different from these. So it's just like we just want to take one option. Yeah.
It's an idea of how
See,
to lay it.
I like that one because it's got the ticks, what's included,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you've got
cool.
ticks next
Yeah,
to
we
each of
do
it, whereas
include-
that actually explains, I think, the brief.
Because it's quick and easy.
Yes, this is.
go on then.
We'll go with the one with the ticks on it,
All
which
right.
is
Got
I
it.
like at the
Yeah.
moment.
Got it.
Because then they'll be able, when they're side by side, they'll be able to see exactly
What's
what's
included.
included in each one. This one before.
Right. Got it. So we did some color palettes, taking the primary color of your logo, right? So we did 3 palettes. So which one do you feel like? Which one do you like out of these 3?
Right, this is down to Beck. This one, I'm gone. What do you like?
I like 1 and 3. So you pick out of 1 and 3.
I think 3.
Yeah.
Because you've got the pastels, haven't you? And you've got a couple of little darker connotations there as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I agree, I don't like 2.
No. Alright, go with 3.
Yeah, we'll go 3, please.
All right, third one, right? Got it. All right, so the marketing research, like, we studied various competitors, what exactly they're doing on social media, and we'll go over one by one, seeing like what they're starting with Archiplan. So Archiplan, when we see they're posting daily, right, and have shared post videos and block of other sites. So that's the trend that we see mostly what they're doing on their Facebook, and they're posting same things on Twitter and Instagram, which is not good. I mean, the strategy should be, I mean, to post different blog posts on various social media platform. So you'll see like recently itself, probably 15 hours ago, they have posted a kind of a mashable video, right? Probably they have just shared this video and just mentioned like Lego is a great way to get children interested in architecture.
Sorry, Ro, what is Mashable? Is that like a video sharing site or something then? What is it?
This is another probably. I mean, they are browsing certain another websites, right? I mean, and they're sharing just like read some good kind of a video, or you see some blog post, and you just share that particular on your social media. So that has been a trend, right? And you correlate that particular blog post with your services, and just to create that interaction instead of creating the video and stuff and all. That's what they are trying to kind of tell people, that they are into architects and all, right?
Okay.
Just trying to kind of create some sort of interaction, right? I mean, sharing other people's stuff on the website,
Yeah.
right? So and you'll see like how to achieve a broken plan interior, like this sort of post, like I mean they're posting these sort of things, like here are some simple ways to start creating your own broken plan interior, right? Probably they're sharing the information like that. That's where the social media is. People are either on social media for either for entertainment or for gaining certain knowledge, right?
They've had nothing on that though. They've had no likes or shares or anything, have they?
That's their Insta post. They
Oh,
had
I
more on
see.
Insta because I see that on Insta myself.
Okay.
And they do like basically what they do.
So
They,
similar to us.
they post
our
it
stuff
on Insta and then it goes Facebook, but we get more interaction on Instagram than
Yeah,
we do on
Facebook's
Facebook.
dead, so theirs must be dead as well, mustn't it? Looking at that. Okay, fine, yeah.
And you'll see like the blog post, just like the common trend, like comment whenever the blog is posted on the website, they're sharing on this Facebook as well as Instagram, right? So this is what the trend that we see, and the plans and all what all things that they are planning, just like what you're doing as well, like comment showing your plans and all, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see like the spaces.com, any random like the post that they have seen for the Reba exhibition and all that, they're posting that as well, right? So they are doing stuff which is something, again you will see a mashable post, like I mean video. They're not generating their own video, they're sharing the post just so that people kind of, you'll see like the videos, they just got 2 likes, right? So apart from that, not many people are interacting, but just like they are pretty active on social media, not even creating their, you'll see like selfbuild.co.uk, right? They have posted this 10 steps to green home renovation here, right? So they are posting, not creating even their post was they make sure like I mean they make sure like they are posting at least you'll see that they're posting 2 posts on 24th 22nd of Feb as well, right?
Mhm.
So that has been one of their plan, but definitely we can give you some sort of a strategy which is way better than that, right? Like I mean you have to create some sort of a interaction or blog post. Like recently for this we have started this thing like for the Astro London. I'll show you one particular blog post that we did for them, and that will be the strategy. Like I mean we did one particular 5,000 word blog post, and this is like 15 reasons to install artificial grass, right? So
Yeah.
this is the highly informative blog post, and we'll be creating a series of this, right? People want to kind of we want to give them a lot of information, like what are the financial benefits, right? Why they should go for this. Like these are kind of a blog post and some sort of content. We'll be posting them on social media one by one, and we'll be
Yeah.
creating some sort of interaction and then linking that to the. So this will not be kind of a simple blog post that will be posted on the website, but there'll be entirely series of the things that will be posted, right? Each and every step will be posted individually, so that will entire 5,000 word blog post, they can form like 1 month of content, right? Which will be posted kind of in a serial manner, right? So that people are there on social media. That's what I was saying. Like I mean, they are there for getting more information, right? I mean, showing their work and educating your clients about why they should go for your services, not just doing hard selling, right? So this will be the one of the strategy. This I just simply gave you like I mean, so this is something which is different that you probably have to, which can stand you apart from your competitor, right? I mean, which I see like none of these guys are doing, right?
Very
So
nice.
moving on to their this Twitter. So they post 2 or 3 posts a day, and that's what I mean. They are posting like blogs or drawings and some journal text and the blogs of other site. That's the same what they are doing on Facebook, right? They are posting same things again on Facebook and Instagram, right? And
Is it
then
exactly the same? Are they
Yeah,
getting
they're
the
just
the
sharing
same
the
post,
post.
but just share
exactly,
post
right.
on all platforms?
That's
Okay.
correct. That's correct.
And
And
is that good or bad? Is that a good thing
no,
to
this
do?
is this is not a good strategy. Like I mean, Twitter, you have to cater. Twitter is there. Like I mean, you have to cater different sort of target audience, because if imagine like I mean, if you are following some a person, right? If you know like he's posting same thing on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, so you'll simply follow him on one particular platform, not all, right? So you have to be different, like some way, like this is kind of a strategy that we give. So one strategy I can tell you, like if you're going for one particular job, right? So on your Twitter, you can tweet it like, I'm just out for a survey, right? I'm telling you on your on your Twitter account, right? I'm going out for a survey today. Let's see how it goes. Make sure, if you want to check the updates and drawings, probably if that works, I'll post that on the Facebook or Twitter, or Facebook or Instagram, something like that,
Gotcha.
right? So probably, you're creating some sort of an interaction with your target audience. So if someone is following on your Twitter, so they'll make sure like something may roll out on Facebook, right? Or some sort of a benefits, right? What are the, why they should go for drawing, right? Like what is the importance of planning and regulation? All those tweets and text and the information that you can tweet, right? And then you can create some nice kind of infographic out of it, and put that on Instagram, right? But not
Gotcha.
doing some that sort of a thing that you need to do. You have to do different on all social media, right? So on Instagram, again, they're same, like posting 3 or 4 posts, not all portfolios, having 20 30. This is something which is not good. Like they are putting like lot of hashtags, like 20 to 25. Just hardly you have to be like someone can read, right? You can post 2 or 3 hashtags only, right? On one particular post. You should not kind of put those many hashtags on Instagram, right? They don't have email.
Have you seen our Instagram? Because obviously I'm not trained in social media at all, but I've just been like posting some of our recent works. I probably use about 10 hashtags, but I don't know. Do you put that on the comment, or do you put that in a comment? Do you put it on the actual post, or do you put it in the comment
So
box?
hashtag will go on to the comments, on not comments, but in the description, right? Where we are posting the text related to that particular image that you're posting, right?
Yeah.
So don't abuse the hashtags. Like don't put that many hashtags, just like 2 or 3, so that it's readable, right? So
Okay.
that's what you have to do. Don't like put those many hashtags. This is not a good way of doing it, right?
So
You
you
should.
just think about 2 or 3 hashtags.
Right, right, and that too related to that particular post that you're posting, right? If you're
Yeah.
posting something like, generally what people do is just they make like 20 15 hashtags, and they put on a notepad, and they simply copy paste, right? So that you can do, but you need to kind of see like which are relevant to that particular post. Like you can select the top 3, right?
Yeah.
And then post that related to that particular post, right?
Yeah.
So that needs to be the strategy for hashtags,
Mm.
right? And posting, again, they are posting same things on Twitter, Facebook. So they are doing the same stuff over here. So
Yeah,
the
I thought the hashtags, though, obviously, the more hashtags that you include in a post is going to get you seen by more people, because obviously they're clicking on all the different
I
hashtags.
understand. So because if the hashtags are relevant, right? If you're putting 10, 15 hashtags, right?
Mm.
And if you feel all 10, 15 are relevant, right? Because over there, I'll go through your Instagram. Probably I have not done the research right now because it's just all completed, right?
Yeah.
Once we get into the marketing, I'll definitely do deep dive into your Instagram as well. I'll see if those hashtags that you're posting are relevant or not, right?
Yeah,
Relevancy is very important. If you understand, like,
because if it's obviously a drawing, that yeah, then it's like I would put in planning permission drawings, because that's what they are. And if it's a single story extension, then I'd put a single story extension.
right,
That I do think they're quite relevant, but and there are a few, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're not. I wouldn't
right. So
know.
that's what you have to see whenever you're posting a hashtag. You need to see if they're relevant or not. Just don't put for the sake of if you're targeting certain keywords and all. If they're not relevant to that particular post, you don't have to put. Just
Hmm.
don't think like putting too many hashtag will make you because if someone is looking for a hashtag, one specific like single story drawing, right? And if that particular post is nothing had nothing to do that particular post, so they will not engage to that particular post, right?
Oh yeah, no. Each. I don't copy and paste. I do. Each post has got its own hashtags. I do
Yeah,
it
that's
obviously.
that's fine then. So generally, when I do hashtags, right, you get certain options to choose from, right, when you type, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, if you feel like if they are kind of many posts, because they also shows the number, right, how many posts are there with that particular hashtag,
Yeah.
right? So if you feel like that is relevant, right, 10 and 15, again it's too much, I'll say, like reduce it to maximum, do 5 or up till 10, but
Yeah.
don't go over a 5, because I feel like it's just like
Too messy.
kind of, yeah, keywords and all, right? You are stuffing keywords into your, so generally, I mean, it's not that much it's like abusing the system,
Yeah.
right? So
Okay.
don't do that, yeah. Right. So moving further with Archiplan, is there Trustpilot, right? So Trustpilot, you'll see like they are like 663 reviews, right? And that's what I was saying, that we need to work upon the reviews and building and getting reviews. And you'll see the poor is just 1%, 99% are excellent. So that they
Mhm.
have done a great job in maintaining the reputation for themselves, right? So this is something which is great. I think it's 63 is, it's written wrong, because it's, I see like it's 83, right? So I'll correct that. So 83 reviews, and all 99% are positive and only just 1% are negative, right? So you probably have to build like Trustpilot or Check Trade or any hose, or somewhere you can collect so those sort of good reviews side by side, right? So social media, we'll see like on YouTube for the Archi plan, right? We
Mhm.
see like some Dave Chamberlain, right? We didn't see any of their YouTube channel with the name of Archi plan. It's just like Dave Chamberlain. I'm not sure who is this guy. He has posted all the videos on his name. So this is not the strategy, and they are not utilizing videos lot more. Where we I see like you can beat them. Definitely, if you post, if you create a kind of a channel with your KJM architecture, right, and if you post a lot of videos, right, I'll give you strategies for the video marketing as well, and it'll be totally if you interact with the people, right. What they have done is just kind of getting the explainer video done with cartoon characters and all, right.
Yeah.
They're not introducing who is the owner behind it, who is the team behind it, right. People love to see who is the team behind it, right. Who are the people behind this particular business, right.
Yeah.
So they're not showing that, so that's the downside of it, which you can definitely utilize by showing your faces, interacting with the people, right. And
Mhm.
this strategy will apply to the Facebook as well, like videos, and like, because and Instagram also have now IDTV, right, where you can put videos, right.
Yeah.
So which I see Archiplan is not doing it, right. And you being kind of a face of the company, right, you guys, you can definitely come in front of the camera and interact with your target audience, right. That's where you can beat them from all level, because social media right now is changing from just images to videos, right. So
Mhm.
that's where you can definitely beat them, right. Moving further with Pinterest, right, again there are occasional video uploads, that too from personal account, and we have seen like just having a pin board for garden room inspiration, and they're pinning Google images. So I feel like what they're doing in Pinterest is just like they're taking some, they have done it for the clients, right. What they have done is just like for what we do is in web design, we kind of have some just like I've shown you the design research, like some inspirations, right. So what they are doing is they're just creating some sort of a mood boards where they are pinning Google images, right, which is again not that much of a great thing, like coming to have this sort of a pinning Google and all. They should have utilized and posted their own kind of portfolios, or what work they have done. Like you guys are collecting all the images, right. When I last spoke to Kev, he
Yeah.
was saying like he's clicking pictures, right. So you're doing that, right. So because that's kind of a strategy that we can use, and we can put some sort of actual work that you have done, right.
Yeah.
Pinning is not like, I mean, what I see, this is something you can definitely do. We can definitely put some inspirations in a separate pin board, but we can create some sort of good pin board for the work, right, and for the inspirations, definitely, right. But what they have done is they are not utilizing, but still you'll see like they have 2000 monthly unique viewers, right? So still, I mean, we can beat them definitely with showing the work that you have done, right? With some GIF as well. We can create some GIF, whatever videos that you're going to create, right? We can create some GIF out of that particular video, and we can put that, because GIF really work well in the Pinterest to gain attention and create some sort of interaction, right? So that's what they're doing on Pinterest. And so talking about so that's all about Archiplan, right?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Apex Loft Conversion, right? So they have not posted anything since June 2019, right? And they were posting home construction, because they are totally into construction, right? So they are posting like some construction videos, right? So they are utilizing videos, right? They are showing their actual work. So this is something which probably we have to learn from Apex Loft Plan. Like, I mean, they understand the power of videos, but they're not doing it correctly. I mean, whenever I see their this image, right, they are just posting the kind of mostly I have seen the construction, or the construction images. They are showing the portfolio as well, but they show like the construction images, because I feel like this is the same job that they were doing on October 22nd, which got probably completed on probably, I'm not sure, March 15th. So they have shown the final work, but this is not the correct way of doing, because I mean, if you're doing some long job, you probably have to collect all the all the images, and then probably you can post them all together, right? And you'll see like there are a lot of construction things, because they want to portray them as a construction company, and that's the reason they are probably, I mean, showing all. So this is something which they have done pretty good. Like, I mean, they have shown some sort of during the job and after completion, how the work probably might look, right? So they're more totally, I mean, when I see like they're just putting the portfolios, right? Again, they don't have any some sort of a strategy, right? They are not they're just, this is the one good thing that we have to take from this Apex Loft, is they are showing their own men working on the site gardens, right? And they are posting a lot of the work and the kind of job that they're doing. But something like they should have gone ahead with the posting some sort of, in between, some sort of quotes and all, and what exactly they do, and interaction is missing, right? Over there also, they should have, the owner should have gone in front of the video. I see like they have posted certain videos, but there is no explanation behind those videos. They are simply posting the videos of job being done, just
Yeah.
simply quick 8-second video crane doing some sort of stuff, right? So this is again not a good strategy. I mean, they are clueless, I feel like. I mean, they don't have any strategy behind their videos or images, but they are not that much active. So definitely, I mean, it's a construction company, but it's not your direct competitor, but there is something to learn from them, exactly what wrong they're doing, and what something that they are doing good, right? For Apex Loft, I didn't see anything like they're doing anything on Twitter or any other social media, but just I saw them on Facebook only, right? So we don't have to, because when we see the website, right, in the website, when we were doing the computer analysis, they were ranking for loft conversion keyword, right? So that's where we see like when we target that particular keyword, right, where or loft conversion plan, generally we see like there was something like planning and drawing thing that they were doing as well. From, I get the impression from the home page, like they are into drawing and planning stuff as well. So but still they are not that much good on social media. So talking about design specs, so design specs, again, they are posting 2 or 3 posts in a week, right? They have shared the post and videos, and they have not that much of likes. So if we quickly open the design spec, so this was probably, I mean, Kev gave me this link to study, but I didn't see he was saying Kev, you were saying like, I mean, they were all over the social media, but I didn't see like, I mean, they are that much probably, I mean, that time they could have been.
Every time I go on Facebook, their ads seem to flick up.
Yeah, or on Instagram as well.
Yeah, they do seem to pop up a lot.
probably, I mean, you have been watching them, because I didn't see any sort of strategy these guys also have. Like, I mean, you'll see, like, I mean, they are posting the work. Definitely one thing that this everyone have to do, like, they are posting what sort of 3D drawing or what they have done. But if you if you see the videos, right, the videos again, they are posting 3D videos. This is again a good way of doing it. But probably if we have some sort of video where a person can explain exactly what sort of work that was initially, if you can explain, right, to create that some sort of a connection, right, with your target audience, to explain what sort of a job it was, and then show them exactly the work that you have done, right. So that should have been a strategy where you can create some sort of a connection with your target audience, right. So definitely 3D videos render, they are quick. I mean, you can definitely post that, but again, posting another explainer sort of video where you can just give a brief introduction about the job, what you have done, and what sort of a thing that you have done. So this is something which they are not doing it. And the good thing that they're doing is, you'll see, like, our so this is one good way of showing the information, or probably, I mean, not the information, but they are probably selling themselves, right. Our primary designs change, offer client multiple designs. So they are simply adding the text, and apart from showing all the images, they are giving the kind of a message that they want to give at the end. So this is the one good strategy that they have for posting this thing. And so, ever wondered what your property looked like without the build cost, right? So again, so this is again kind of a good kind of a post that they have posted, the text and all, giving the links of their site, right. So this is again a good way of doing. And they're the VR, right. So they are also showing that, I mean, this is something which is their USP, right. VR and all, right. So they are telling that, I mean, the virtual augmented reality, what they're showing, right. So January 13th is what I see, like, they have their site live, right. And after that, I see, like, hardly any 5-10 posts only, or not more than that, right. After, I mean, the last post was on January 31st, right. They have not posted from more than a month now, right. So probably, I mean, I'm not sure why. So this is something like the messaging, like, this is a great way of interacting with the people. I'm telling them and giving them information, right, which you probably have to do. And what better you can do is, like, having a background image and planning image that you have done recently, showing the portfolio along with some information that you can give to people, right. So this is and they're posting the same thing on Instagram as well, because that's what we have seen, like, the Twitter also, like, we see, like, they're posting not that regularly, like 3-4 posts in a year, and they retweet the other people post, right. So this is again good, but still you should retweet some relevant posts, right. And Instagram, again, 3-4 posts in a month, right. Not all our portfolios, again, 20 to 25 hashtags that they have, right. But there are no hashtags on the latest post, right. In the post, if they are posting, like, I mean, you can hashtag those posts as well, right. And they don't have email or phone number in the description, only have a website link, right. So you can definitely have your name and phone number directly on this. And also, when you are posting, like, you'll see, like, on you should post your phone number. At least if someone is viewing your post, you should have a phone number and email in your post itself, right. So that's what. And their Twitter, sorry, this Instagram, again, you'll see, like, same sort of post that they're posting again on this thing. So some posts can be same, but this is not the standard you should follow. Like, I mean, every post that you're posting on Facebook, you should post same on the Instagram, right. And the hose, you'll see, like, hose is they have a hose account, and on hose they have, like, 22 reviews. And you'll see, like, they have many hose awards, like continuation, like 2018, 19 and 20, right. They have won hose awards, right. So I'm not sure, like, I mean, you probably need to get into hose, right, because this is the great way of showing those awards and badge on your website to win more trust and win more client, right? And I've been speaking with another window shutter client, his another website which was London Interior Shutters. He is on Hose and he has won some awards, right? And he get a lot of business from Hose directly, right? Because people go and search for service provider on Hose, and from there you get a lot of business, right? So you need to get on Hose as well. Right. So Pinterest. Pinterest, we see like they have active and have lot of images here and how house property interior. So let's open their Pinterest and you'll see like Pinterest. You'll see they have 28,000 monthly unique viewers, right? So they are killing it on Pinterest definitely, right? So they have this is one great way. I mean, better than the other Archie plan were doing, right? They're just pinning their Google images and creating some sort of a mood board for the clients, right? They have probably, I mean, projects related. I mean, they have shown all their portfolios, and you'll see that they're just 33 pins, right? So you need to show off your projects definitely over here. That will create a lot of that will build a lot more trust and all. And in between they are definitely, I mean, apart from showing the projects, right, something like they have information like on an average. So this is something, the kind of tagline that they have used on the website as well, right? So they are creating some sort of kind of interaction with people with those sort of posts, right? So this is something which is totally different and unique from their Instagram or from their. And you'll see like these sort of animations or these videos, quick videos, right? They are posting on this thing like explainer videos, this sort of stuff. Definitely, I mean, you can do, right? I mean, videos work a lot more better than simple pins, right? So this is what they are doing pretty good with their Pinterest, and that's the reason they are simply killing it like with these many unique viewers, right? So they might be getting some business from Pinterest as well. Right, Trust Trader, you'll see like 32 reviews, and all are mostly are 5 star. So they have done pretty good job in maintaining the reputation as well, just like Archiplan, right? They have good positive reviews, right? YouTube, they are not that much utilizing, and you'll see like all our short videos, this 3D rendering thing that they have shown on their YouTube channel. But good thing is they have a channel with their brand name, right? So that, but this is just probably, I mean, they have uploaded the YouTube videos just to embed those on the website, right? But there is no kind of again a strategy, like there is no YouTube strategy where you should again, as I said before, you should have been interacting with your YouTube audience, because that creates a lot of traction, right? I mean, I'll show you. I mean, probably it will be totally irrelevant for this particular business, but there was one channel that one video that we created for our on our company website, which has nothing to do with this business, but we were just trying to test waters, right? And that particular one video got viral, and we got like 1 million views. You'll see like we were reviewing a market, right, where we got like 1.3 million. This me and my wife along with my kid, we do vlogging, right? And we got like 23,000 subscribers out of it, right? So definitely, I mean, this is something which probably you don't have to do it. I'm just showing you how powerful video marketing is if you do vlog in the right way, right? If any of your one particular vlog, and you have to do vlog with your business, related to your business, right? So video marketing can be, I mean, organically you can grow your business to many folds if you do vlogging, right? Of your work, like, I mean, whatever, if you're going to your routine, you'll see like many people do vlog, right? I mean, I'm going out to this video, going out to survey this particular this thing, like, I mean, this particular address, and probably, I mean, you can tell like people this is like creating connection and interacting, because there is a saying in this digital world, right? You have to have 23 appearance at least if you want to grow organically, right? We can definitely do marketing, AdWords, and all to get the kind of business. But if you want to grow organically, when the business owner need to come in front of the camera and interact with the people, so that create a lot of trust and authority, right? So you have to vlog, right? I mean, start vlogging, where you go out and when you're doing a survey, just record all your experience and how was your day like, right? And then if you see like if it's valuable, if you want to share that, you can post that, and you can create some sort of a story, like I mean from starting to end. I will not say like and you'll post that particular vlog the same day, but you can get, once we have some videos, right, we can take clippings out of it and we can create some sort of a story, starting from end, like I mean how you went to that particular survey, right? And then you came into the office and you started working on that particular design, and then the design got completed, right? And finally after 2 3 4 5 months, right, if you how the job got implemented, right? And what all problems or things that you face in that particular job, or like party wall survey you did, and you did planning and regulation thing on that particular job, right? So that will create some sort of a story, and that story can grow definitely viral, and we can even promote that particular video, right? So that's how way of doing some sort of a indirect marketing or indirect selling, right? You're not telling people exactly to buy your services, you're just showing your process and telling people like how you work, right? So that's sort of a thing that again a strategy again I've given in this particular research. So this is something which you can plan on doing, right? So coming moving further with this is like social media presence, right? What they're doing on this thing, like I mean, they're showing on LinkedIn, right? So they have a LinkedIn account, but again they don't have a good LinkedIn strategy. Like I mean LinkedIn, again I'll give away the strategy, but again I'll not sure what I'll be left in the strategy session. Again you'll see like in LinkedIn also they are doing the same post for of what they are done for the Facebook, and you'll see like this is a kind of a 3D videos that they're showing on LinkedIn, and same Facebook sort of post that they're posting over in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a B2B marketplace, right? So here you can get in touch with a lot of architects, right? So what they are doing is they are doing B2C, which is not a good way of doing the business. Like I mean in LinkedIn you'll get all either you can connect, you can do blog post or post which is related to helping architects, right? Because here I have been using this strategy to connect with a lot of agencies, because that will be B2B business. So in LinkedIn it will be different, a different, when I do the strategy I'll do a strategy for you. So that will be something like when you have to create connections with the architects in London or across the country, and then you can get a lot of recurring business from LinkedIn, right? So you have to post related to, because I have, you'll see like there are two different uh, I'll show you, like I mean we have two different landing pages for our business as well, when
Right.
we have
You know, once the website's live, sorry to just jump in there, but you know when the website's live, do you actually offer sort of social media management or anything like that? So obviously
yeah.
we're looking at this, and this is just looking like a full-time job at the moment. Just
Yeah, especially creating all the different posts. I mean, I know you can go on to apps and that just post on your behalf, but you still got to sit there
Right,
and create each different post for each different platform
right.
with a picture for each.
Yeah,
So
we do
we
that.
could make the videos, and we could take the photographs from site and the drawings and stuff like that. And we could put the odd post on here and there, but obviously 2 to 3 posts on Insta each
Yeah,
day.
to be
Facebook.
doing Facebook,
Yeah,
Twitter,
it just seems like
Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and having all different content on each, we would never ever be able to actually do the work we need to
There's
do in
only
order
3
to
of
run
us
the
in the
business.
office. Yeah.
Right, I
So
totally understand. So we provide that service definitely. I mean, we provide with the SEO and digital marketing. That's what we have been. We have recently started for Astro London as well, right? I mean, we have just one blog post there of 5,000 words, and out of that, we'll be creating content and posting that on creating some sort of a nice graphics and all, and putting that on various other social media platform with different other strategies, right? So definitely, I mean, we can provide that service for you as well, right?
And you've got your own writers and that for doing the blog posts and stuff, have you, or do we have to get the copywriters to
No,
do
we
stuff?
have a copywriters, right? So you don't have to worry about that. I mean, that I'll give you this blog post, and you can go through that particular. After this call, I'll give that blog post. If you like the style of writing of that particular blog post, we can definitely use that blogger for you as well, right? Who has
Okay.
done this blog post? So I was showing you that two different marketing strategy. Like, I mean, one landing page is for this is targeting agencies. This one thing, and we have done a one particular video like seven mistakes a web agency take, right? I mean, so this is the kind of a video. I mean, me coming in front of camera explaining people exactly what sort of mistakes that agencies takes, right, while outsourcing work, right? And this sort of video that needs to go onto the LinkedIn, right? And then there is a separate video where probably I have explained like what should be the process of building two different sort of websites, right? And that video generally I promote that on Facebook or Instagram, because that's where I'll find direct customers, right? So this is something which that's kind of a different two strategies even I use for my business and promote that, right? So with two different landing pages altogether, and different sort of a marketing strategy for different social media platform,
They're on
right?
the same website, well, or you've got two separate websites. Are they just different pages on the same site,
Yeah,
or
this is
complete?
no, these are not two different websites, right? This is like you'll see on the same domain, Credify. We have a business page, and under that we have a lead generating website. It's a landing page, right? And then again for the business, like
When you do our website, we'd definitely like to have a business section and I will do something like that we can send out to builders when we send the stuff to the construction companies, that they could then come to us and um, look from that side of it. So I'd definitely be interested in having that on
right,
when you develop our website.
sure,
A
definitely,
build and a consumer area, isn't it?
Mm.
right, definitely we can do that. Yeah. Right. So, so that's what the LinkedIn they are not doing. Their strategy is not good. Design specs, they are not utilizing that B2B marketing, which they should be doing. But probably, I mean, or probably they don't have that mindset. Probably they are hunting consumers in LinkedIn, which is probably, I mean, there's like saying LinkedIn have a start like they're 80. They're all their the 80% of B2B marketing can happen from LinkedIn, and 20% is B2C. So they probably are utilizing that 20% space with this LinkedIn. So probably this could be the thing that they're doing, right? And you'll see like when we saw a design spec, we came across this James Collinson. So he's a managing director of design spec, right?
Mhm.
And he's posting. I mean, he's pretty active, right? So that's what we have seen like, I mean, on LinkedIn, like just 3 hours ago he has posted we are hiring, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see like he's pretty active, and every day he's kind of either commenting or liking or doing something so that he creates some sort of a brand name for himself, right? So this is what and he's sharing the post site. So this is the strategy like in LinkedIn, what he's doing, like, I mean, liking all other relevant posts and commenting and doing that sort of stuff, like even posting what work that they have done, right? So
Mhm.
this is what Kev needs to do, like, I mean, probably, I mean, this is where probably, I mean, if we are doing it, we can definitely, we have to get the login of Kevin. We can definitely get the post approved, and we can create that, and we can do on his behalf, because if Kev, you are spending like 2 hours doing SEO, right? You can definitely spend 15-20 minutes on LinkedIn creating your brand name, and we have to have your this social media LinkedIn profile created. Or if you have LinkedIn profile, Kev?
Yeah, he's just literally popped to the toilet quick, but yeah, he does have
All right,
LinkedIn.
all right.
And because we have a business one, I believe, so it's just a KJM one. But do you oppose him having like his personal one?
That's
Right.
correct. We have to have, I mean, if you want to connect with architects, or if you want to do a lot more B2B, and you want a lot recurring work from another bigger architect firms, right? So you have, Kev needs to be very active, not just from his profile as well as the company profile as well, right? So more active rather on from his personal profile than company, I'll say, right? Because that's what we have seen. Whatever business that we study, where the business owner is there as well in LinkedIn, and they're utilizing LinkedIn, right? The business owner is a lot more active on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
So that's what the Kev probably needs to do, like spend like 15-20 minutes just like browsing. He can download the LinkedIn app on his mobile and just
Yeah. He
browse
had that
and
before,
yeah.
and that's it. First thing in the morning, or when he's got quiet time, is no,
Right,
I just am doing it. Is
right,
there?
right. That's great. That's great. Right. So that's what I want to show. Like, I mean, this thing this guy is also doing. And then let's talk about this HN architects. Right. Again, this is the architect, but again, they were ranking pretty well on high on Google for log conversion sort of keywords. Right. So they're not that much active. Right. Because probably they have built their own brand name, or they have been getting a lot of traffic already organically from Google. They're not that much relying on social media, right? Again, you'll see like Twitter, they are irregular.
Mm.
They're retweeting, right? They have posted blogs and images, and the same thing that they do, like
Yeah.
the others are doing, right? They're doing the same thing on Twitter, right? And for the HN architect, we saw like this is Ayan Harvey,
Mhm.
probably the owner, right? He's a Reba architect, and they simply have a profile page. There is no company page as well, and
Mm.
no, there is no activity on the profile page as well since 2016, right? So
Okay.
probably they got so much traffic from Google, right? They don't feel like utilizing social media.
Yeah, they don't
Right,
need social
right,
media.
right. And also you'll see like they are on Hose, and they have won awards like 2015, 16, and 18, right? And they have like just one review probably. I mean, this just one review, but still they have like these awards and
Yeah.
badges,
Yeah.
right? So this probably you need to get on Hose as well. And when we are studying their YouTube, you'll see like they have quick videos just like design spec. And there
Mm.
was one particular video which was pretty 9 minute big, or they have endorsement and testimonials from other clients, right?
Mhm.
So this is one thing that you need to learn from them. Like, I mean, you need to collect your video testimonials as well, right?
Yeah.
From your clients, and that you can post on YouTube, Facebook, right? Those sort of stuff can be posted all on all social media. That's fine, right?
Mm.
Because you need to create that sort of trust, because these testimonials are a lot more trust builders, right? And they don't have much videos. They started doing this 4 year back, but still they have not utilized YouTube fully, right? Because they don't probably not understand the power of YouTube, what video marketing can do, right?
Yeah.
And definitely we can beat them on with this video marketing as well, right? So Peter Berry, right? They on Twitter posting in months. They retweet, and again they do like property images and blog of other site,
Do you
right?
know,
The same.
I actually really like that website. I find that their actual website is so full of information. That Peter Barry Surveyors.
Okay, Peter Berry, right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what I've not really seen them on social media that much, but their website, I do think it does offer a lot of information. I think they're quite good, to be fair.
Right. So let me just quickly open. We did the design research for this thing, right? And we did go in depth. I did go in depth with Kev on this, right? So yeah, so website. If we talk about, yeah, definitely it's informative, right? It's kind of whatever. Like, I mean, what Kev was saying, they're pretty big, and they were ranking for this party ball surveyor keyword, right? On page one of Google, right?
Yeah, they
And
party
right,
wall. Yeah,
right, and definitely, I mean, the site is what I say, like design is outdated, yeah, but the content is pretty good. The content is
yeah,
pretty solid for them.
yeah. That's what I thought. They do offer quite a lot of information. I mean, you could pretty much, you don't even really need to know anything about party wall, and I think you can probably get exactly what you need from them. They do. They're quite forthcoming with what they share, I
Right,
think. But
right,
yeah, like I do think they have got an outdated website, but they
right.
do give a lot. They are good, I
Yeah,
think.
there's pretty much good content on it. They had stressed upon putting quality content on it, and they are not worried about putting good design around it. But definitely, I mean, that's the reason Google rank website for first, like when they want to see like the content, right? So the content is pretty solid for them, and then that's the reason probably they're ranking, right? So that's correct,
Is that
right?
bad?
But I think as well, the reason they get like because me personally, I've been on there before when I've been stuck with something which I've not been too sure about. I've gone there, and I think that's probably lots of people.
Lots of other people.
Yeah, are doing the
as
same.
well,
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I mean. The content is so solid, and they're ranking just like for HN Architect. They are not utilizing social media because they are already getting a lot more traffic from Google already, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see like their Trustpilot. They have got 318 reviews. Probably 3% are bad, but overall you'll see 95% reviews are positive, right? And just like I mean, they are doing pretty good with their reputation on with reviews and all, right? And their Facebook again, they are not that much active like so this one is for Harding Chartered Surveyor, right? You'll see they're also like ranking pretty well on Google, right? They're not utilizing social media because they have already done a pretty good job with the SEO stuff, that they don't rely on social media to get work, right? So but you'll see like 4-5 posts in a year, right, on Twitter. And Instagram is just like 3-4 in a year, right? They don't have that much, probably just like 8-13 followers and just 31 posts, right? And this they are not utilizing anything on social media. No activity on LinkedIn page, right? LinkedIn is again just they have kept they have created a page and they are not doing anything on LinkedIn as well, right? And Party Wall Consultancy, they have Twitter again. These guys are all ranking so much. Like I mean, they are not utilizing anything on social media and not doing anything. Like just 6 following and 11 followers, and they are just doing 2-3 posts in here. They don't have any Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or any other social media platform as well, right? And they just have a blog post. So this is something kind of a outdated SEO probably that they have done to rank it, but still they are ranking it with certain blogspot or this web 2.0, which we call with those sort of blog posts and all, they could able to probably get rank the site ranked, right? So the Party Wall, this is the owner, like James McAllister, right? So he's probably he's doing no activity, just like I mean, they have a LinkedIn page, but there is no activity on his LinkedIn page,
I'll
right? So
just Can I just quickly tell Kev something about the LinkedIn that you
yeah,
said that
yeah.
instead of it being our KJM, the company one, Kev should go on there and obviously put his title on, and then you've got to be active on there about 20 minutes a day, liking, commenting, sharing. But from Kevin Miller, Managing Director at KJM Marketing. Yeah, so your personal one.
So we don't bother putting business one on there.
No, should we take that business one down then?
No. You should have business one up as well. That's what I mean.
Well,
Yeah. So you should have both things. I'll show you again. I'll go to that slide again, right? So you'll see like this is the business spec LinkedIn, right? This is the LinkedIn profile of Design Spec. Like they have
their
they
own one.
yeah, they post share as well. I mean the same sort of post that they're posting on Instagram, oh sorry, the Facebook, right? So they all on all other social media they're posting same sort of post, right? But this is something which they are doing B2C, right? They're concentrating a lot more on B2C, but your focus should be on B2B in LinkedIn, right? You should not focus on B2C, because B2C is there for you can target Facebook with B2C, right? And you'll see this guy, this James, right? He's the owner of this Design Spec. He has his own LinkedIn page, right? So LinkedIn profile, and with this LinkedIn profile, you'll see like he's so much active. He's putting we are hiring. One day ago, he just liked and commented, just like he's being active on LinkedIn. So just to
No, he's
create,
using you would use your personal Facebook page, but he's using LinkedIn.
right.
Fine.
So that's what you have to do. Like I mean, even right now, what I have done is I have stopped using Facebook. I have just deleted the app directly. I mean, from my Facebook, from my mobile. I'm so much active on LinkedIn myself, right? Because that's where we get a lot of recurring work, right? I mean, if I get one agency on board, right? Because I work with a lot of agencies as well, and I get recurring work from them. But if I get one client, I will probably work with them probably 3-4 months. But agencies will be there for 3-5 years, and they can give like 20x or 50x amount of work, right? So that's the strategy. Like, I mean, you guys are doing that already. I mean, with architects and all, you can find a lot more architects over here, and that will be a strategy. I'll give you LinkedIn strategy, how you can go about building your profile, right? And how you should build your LinkedIn profile, and how you can find architects, and what sort of a messages you need to connect with those architects and send messages, right? And then create some sort of interaction. You'll see, like, I have been doing it for this thing, and probably, I mean, I've been interacting with other, like, I did one particular artificial grass client, and this is I'm using for B2C, right? I mean, I'm right now contacting people over here, and I'm getting good sort of particular. I mean, I just sent 10-20 messages, and over there I got certain responses from the people as well. I even one gave me the probably. I mean, today we have to speak with them. He gave me his. Phone number, probably I'm not sure who was that guy. He gave me the phone number to contact him, right? So I have been doing this for myself as well, right? I mean, doing for both stuff, like I'm doing some sort of B2C as well, and B2B directly. I mean, getting a lot more clients from this LinkedIn platform, right?
Nice.
So uh, moving further, right? So this
Yeah.
yeah, so we completed this marketing research, and let's talk about the SEO stuff, right? So we are studying your analytics, and over there we saw, like, the past 3 months, right? I mean, I'm not sure if your this thing is set correctly. There were just three contacts. There's just 17 contacts that
It's
were
probably not set up properly, to be honest with you, Raoul.
all right. So
Yeah.
probably I'll like to set this up correctly, because we can get the exact stats, right? If you can give me your WordPress admin access, so that I can set up those forms, and we can have those.
I would have thought you would have had that because you obviously built the website for us, didn't you? And you go in and do all the little changes in that format.
No, but these we built the site, but we didn't. We were not in that sort of a contract where we have to create those kind of conversions and all, because that is done by the company who.
You've got access to my website though, haven't you? To the WordPress site.
I'll probably check, because we don't save the details. I'll probably check. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if
Because
you have not.
you host it for me as well. You host the
All right,
website.
all right, all right. Definitely. Yeah. Then probably I'll be having those details if we are hosting it. Definitely, I'll get that, and I'll get that all set up correctly.
Cool.
Right, because since we'll be kind of need all those details, like, I mean, so that's what, I mean, what I've been seeing, like, the conversion rate and all, they were not that much up to the mark, which probably you said, like, I mean, you're getting like 2-3 conversions, probably leads.
Fair, in the last couple of weeks, we've had quite a lot, haven't we? Really.
Yeah.
Well, business has been good in the last few weeks.
That's great.
We've had quite a lot of phone calls from the website, and a few of the forms been filled out, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
Right.
yes, it's not been too bad.
And
Actually.
people have been seeing us on social media as
Yeah,
well, even though it's wrong. But
Yeah.
they have actually been seeing us and commenting,
Yeah.
coming back and saying, well, they see us over on Instagram.
And then they've
And then they've
filled out
said,
forms.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally great. I mean, if you're doing, if you're getting good thing, like, I mean, out of these things, but still, we'll correct all those numbers, because they are not. Yeah, that's not reflected totally over here, because I see, like, from the past 3 months, there's like 17 leads, right? So I'll probably will have to have this thing corrected, right? So
It's up to Christmas, that was probably true, to be fair. But certainly since middle of January, I'd say, isn't it? Yeah, middle of January onwards, it's been pretty good. We've had quite a few leads coming from it.
all right, that's great. That's great. So definitely I'll have that corrected, all those conversion settings and all, right? So we were also seeing, like, what sort of conversions that you are getting from the ads that you are running. So probably, I mean, that is also not set up correctly, because that's the reason I'm not seeing those things, like, reflecting over here, because I see, like, from in the month of from 1 Jan to 1 Jan, like, from 19 to 20, right? I see like 100 leads after spending like 12,000 or probably close to 10 grand pound, right? I mean, 10k.
Is this my site?
Yeah, this is your, like, I mean, you'll see all this
Oh, in a
KGL.
year. In a year, is that how much we spent?
Yeah, this is what you have spent, like $12,000 in a year.
It's ridiculous.
Right. So that's what you need to keep an eye on as well, on all those things, right? So, and if I see the previous year, like Jan 2018 to Jan 19, you have spent like $11,000 again on the previous, like 2018 till 19.
We smashed it that year, didn't we? So that was, and that
Yeah,
was our
well,
only
it's,
source of.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's a lot of money for how much work we get from it, isn't it?
yeah.
Right.
And we
So
probably at that sort of rate, we probably pay about £100, maybe more, maybe £150 per.
per lead, what I've been
Yeah.
seeing on your AdWords as well.
It's a lot of money, really. Shit.
So again, if I'm not sure if this is probably set up correctly again to track all the leads, because that's what I see, like in AdWords. Like, let me just quickly open. So I was studying your AdWords as well, and over there, just a second. And since I have opened my AdWord, I just want to quickly show you the power of this videos. Right, I'm just promoting a 1 minute quick teaser for my this, like, I mean, I'm building up a different course, like for web design and all. Over there, I'm just promoting a video, and you'll see, like, I've spent like probably in £100, and I've got like 100 leads. Right, so with just teaser of one particular just a second. So this is right. So you will see, like, after spending like £80 or 80 to £90, I've got like 127 conversions. Right, and this is something which that's the reason I'm telling, like, I mean, the videos are so powerful. I mean, if you put across the right message, right, and if you tell like people exactly what you are providing, and just like I've this video, you'll see, like, I'm simply sitting in front of the camera and speaking to my direct target audience, right?
And how do they contact you from that? Because I could do something like that for when people want to set a loft conversion plans or something. I could do that.
Right.
But then how would they contact you once they've read the video? Would it be like a little?
Watch
So they will come onto the website, right? So that's what I have done. I mean, once they see this video,
Yeah,
right,
website.
right. So I have a different website, like, where I have a simple form directly, and another videos. Like, I mean, I'm doing the stuff that I'm telling you. I'm doing it myself. Like, I'm just not because these all things are tried and tested, right? I have been using this kind of a form where people will fill information over there, and they select and they fill up the form, right? I get a lead, right? So all these leads, I've been getting like 2 or 3 or 4 leads from this particular stuff, like, which is and these are all videos that I have over here explaining people exactly what will be there, right? So this is, I'm doing for both the businesses, like for one education and for my solution, right? I mean, they have different channels, right? This is a Credify education, and then we have a different channel for Credify solutions, right? And we are utilizing you'll see, like, I mean, our even our this and Kidofy Solutions have 2 different channels as well. One is for blogging, where we do vlogging, right, and one is totally technical. Like, this have lot of subscribers, right, and this have not that much subscribers, because we recently started this channel, and over there we are sharing kind of information with the people, like exactly like 7 secrets to grow your website leads, or how to write engaging website copy, right? These sort of videos, like information and educational videos, and showing the results, like how many times we grow the leads for one particular business, right? So this results and all we are showing people, right? So this is something which you need to probably think about utilizing a lot more for your business as well, like these videos, and this can be promoted on Google to, like, just like AdWords, like you are promoting those to get traffic. Like, this is something which will be trust factor, creating trust and building a lot more organic traffic, right? So this is what we saw, like, and yeah, I was going to I deviated from that, and I was going to your uh, AdWords, and I saw, like, you have spent like 18,000, because that's what it was not letting me go past beyond 5th of February 2018, right? So over there I saw like you got, yeah, this is some from 15th Feb 2018 till today, like till date today, you have spent like 18 grand, probably, or 19,000, right? Or
Wow.
this is the sort of conversions, like 142 conversions, probably. I'm not sure if that is
So
correct.
it's about right. That's what I just quickly worked it out within my head. I said, yeah, so that is about right. That's what it's cost me per job.
Right, probably £100 per conversion, right?
Yeah, £142, which on us, if it's a £780 extension, that's a big chunk of it that we're paid just to win that job, isn't it? That's why I've got no money in the bank.
Exactly.
Jesus, 'cause we're giving it all to advertising. Right.
Right, and also I was just seeing, like, I mean, we need to probably correct this thing. Probably, I mean, I'm not sure if this conversion rates are set up correctly, or recently, if you have done it, you have set it correctly, because from 1st Jan to 2nd March, I see like you have got 282 clicks, right, and just 12 conversions after spending £600.
Yeah, which to be fair is pretty good. I'm happy. I'd be happy with that. That's only £50 a job, isn't it? So, and we've probably won more than 12 jobs off the website, haven't we?
I don't know which one's website, which one's.
Yeah, I reckon that's wrong, to be honest with you, because I think we've actually won more. We've had more than 12 jobs off that website since the 1st of January.
All right, so I'll probably check the existing website and probably set those things correctly so that we can have good.
Even at that limit, that's about £50 a job. I could live with that, but £140 a job is ridiculous.
Right.
But that's since I got that. I had a lady from People Per Hour look at it in January, and this is since she'd done some work on there.
Mhm.
So she's probably improved it somewhat. But obviously, going forwards, it's something that obviously I prefer you to
Just keep it all in hand.
just keep it all with the one company. Just get you to do the whole lot, to be honest.
Sure, definitely. So that's what I mean. I was just seeing, like, I mean, I'll go through the website and see if all conversions are set up correctly, because we need to see, like, I mean, we are tracking, because when I was speaking to you in the discovery call, I felt like, I mean, you're getting 8 to 9 leads per week from the website with the Google ads, right? I mean,
That was when we was doing really well. That was before the sort of downturn, wasn't it? How many leads you reckon we're getting per week now? We're getting one a day, aren't we? I'd say.
What, through the website? What is
Yeah,
it? Are you
like people
classing that
phone.
as a call as well?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because how else we don't advertise anywhere else, do we? Oh, right,
We
you do
do, yeah, but
on
I
the
think-
social now, aren't you? Maybe. Don't know. See,
Yeah, it's hard.
what I'll start doing is actually asking where people have heard from us when they're calling up as well, and then we'll start logging that information separately for you, Rob.
Mhm. No, definitely. I mean, all those conversion and all those tracking, we have to set it like, I mean, in Google Analytics, right? So we have to set it correctly. I mean, I'll say, like, if we do it later on, because you are doing it right away, right? So whatever social media post that you're posting, right? I'll probably give you some sort of a URL so that we can track from where you are getting the hits. Like, just like I'll show you on one particular promotion that we just like, we'll see, I just recently, while speaking, I got an interest, like, on the course, right? So
Yeah.
you'll see, like, it's all set correctly, like this UTM content is teaser, and from what particular ad have got this, so it's all tracked in this particular URL, right? So this something which I'll give you, like, I mean, when you're doing and you're posting that, you can track easily from your Google Analytics, right?
Yeah,
So this is something which you probably have to do, so that we can easily see which lead is coming from where, social media or organic or YouTube or whatever, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so we can definitely do that. We can set up correctly so that we know exactly from where the lead is coming, right? So let's move further. So all this needs to be sorted out, and I'll probably work on that to get sorted out while I'm working on the strategy, right? Because all those things are probably not that correct, but there are certain things that we need to see from here is like 44% of your traffic is from London.
probably
Right.
true.
Right, so that's something which we have to see, and we have to and then the other destination that you are getting traffic is Basildon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, so that is Basildon, then Grays and Southie, and
Yeah, they're all good areas for work. They are.
Right.
They're right on our doorstep, all of them.
Right.
Culture. Croydon. Yeah, they're all good. They're all. What does not set mean? What that's where someone's got like an IP address protector, yeah, so that you can't see where they're from.
Right. So not set is something every business when I study, like there is a suspense, right? Which we are not able to see. Like I'm not sure why this Google does that. They have not set, which they are able to probably track, right, from where the traffic is coming, right,
Okay.
or your IP are definitely. I mean, they are not able to see exactly, right. So this is something which we saw, like paid searches got you a lot more hits than organic, right. So this is something for the Jan last year, like 19 to 20, right. You'll see like 3,000 clicks came from paid searches, which have a pretty high conversion rate than organic. So you'll see like whatever promotions that you are doing have a bit higher conversion rate, and you'll see like people are spending lesser time, right, with paid searches. So that has been our observation, like they spend like less than a minute, right. And with organic searches they spend more time, but it because people are looking for information via when they go with the organic search. And you'll see with organic search they are browsing more of your pages, right. They have browsed like 3.66 average per session, like 3 to 4 pages they are browsing. And with paid searches they are just browsing 1 or 2 pages, right.
Yeah.
They're not browsing that many pages. And that's the reason we see like, and they're spending like less than a minute, and they got you like 99 leads, right. With organic searches you get like 23 leads, even though it's not set up correctly. I mean, all those goal tracking and all, but still it will give you an idea, like paid searches have got you a lot more traffic than organic, because probably, I mean, not sure if you're not ranking that pretty well on Google with a lot many keywords. I mean, Google
I'm not.
keywords.
As I say, so I started to use SEMrush, and then obviously I started speaking with you, and now I just stopped. I just left it. I passed it all over to you to do really, Royal. So I've not done any SEO work whatsoever,
Alright.
and because I knew the website was going to be changed anyway, it just seemed a bit pointless to sit there doing any sort of on-page work if all the pages was going to change.
Right, no problem. Yeah, I totally understand. Right. So with this, we did this competitor analysis and see.
I'll be honest with you, Ro, this is going to go above both of our heads, the backlinks. I will whatever you think with regards to sourcing backlinks as part of your strategy. I'm happy to go ahead with.
Right, sure, no problem. So I probably not talk about the backlinks, right? But there is another information which you'll be definitely would like to see is which competitor is getting what sort of traffic from for what sort of keyword, right? So if we see Archiplan, right, Archiplan they are targeting. So probably, I mean, if you're running the AdWords right now, so you can probably get these keywords on your plans, right. So these are certain things like planning drawings, right, extension plans you're already targeting, like planning for extension, right. This is could be one sort of a keyword, right. Loft conversion plan you're targeting, but there is another keyword called plans for lot conversion, which you can target, right. And house extension plan is already you're targeting, and plans for house extension is another keyword, right. So these are the kind of keywords that we see are profitable, could be profitable for your current campaign that you're running for AdWords, which can get you more kind of hits and relevant
Estimated visits. Over what period is it? Is that per month? Is it?
That's per month, that's correct.
Wow.
Right, so that's per month. Like this 13, they're not ranking probably. I mean, in a better position, right? So if we,
Even in seventh place, they'd still get 33 visitors a month on that drawing. On that, yeah.
right, and they're ranking on position 7. So if they could have ranked on position 1 or 2, right, this would go up drastically. Just like you'll see a similar sort of volume keyword, which is for cheap drawing, which is
Yeah.
ranking on position 2. They're getting like 250 clicks, right, from for one particular this cheap drawing keyword.
Well, to be fair,
turn over 10 first. 25.
To be fair, I know cheap drawings is not something you want to aspire to, but look at when we went and done that survey in Kent on Saturday. What did he say?
He said we was cheap, didn't
He
he?
said, and he actually used the word cheap.
And
He
they,
thought we
So
was
we
too
could.
cheap. Like, why could you not put cheap drawings if they are?
Okay.
so that's what I mean. And when we were doing this like, I mean, the research for the design research, right? And I showed you like so many places they have used this word like cheap, right? Cheaper architectural drawing and loft conversion and all that, right? And the cheaper than local architect and this cheap, they have used it so many times. When I was doing that research for you, like I mean, so this is that's the reason they have ranked this cheap drawing keyword, right? Which is getting them good sort of traffic.
And because to be fair, most people they don't want to spend loads of money on a set of drawings, do
Right.
they? Really?
No.
They want to look for cheaper drawings because they're going to be spending more money on the actual build and finish.
Right. So another strategy is what I showed you during the design research was the Resi one, right? And Resi, you saw like they have one particular
Can I
plan.
can I just say, well, this website, we love it. We love the way it's laid out, and that, you know, when you was looking about the for designing the actual website, we love the way this is laid out. It's beautiful.
Right.
So just saying to bear in mind, obviously, when you got your web people looking at it, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Hmm.
Clean,
Yeah.
really clean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So I totally. I mean, we also love this sort of design definitely, and we'll be building a lot kind of a better design than this. But if you
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
right. So you'll see over here as well. Like I mean, I'm not sure where that page has gone, where they were showing those
The
sort of
drawings.
quotes. No,
Right.
they have 4 pricing options. Right. Let me just quickly.
Yeah, I remember seeing that with you the last time round.
Right. Just give me a second. I probably have to jump to the Resi slides. Yeah, this was the one. Yeah, package and concepts. Right, so over.
Planning
I
price.
didn't see it.
Right, so you'll see like these what they are charging like £250. So no one buys this, right? This is the kind of strategy that they have. This we call like pricing strategy, right? You have to show them a price which people will not buy that much, right? But you have to show them you have a option which is way more cheaper than any of your competitor can think of providing, right? And that will not add any value to them, like just people who are exploring for ideas without any survey, without any measurement done, or they'll measure that thing themselves, just like Archiplan is doing, and they're cheaper than Archiplan, right? So you'll see like they're beating the Archiplan with this kind of plan, right?
Yes.
And then they have a higher package which is planning, where they are asking like, I mean, if you have the planning or this thing existing drawing of the property, right? And again they are not measuring it, right? They are asking their clients to provide the kind of existing drawing of the property and all, so that they can see like what sort of a measurement they can take that measurement out of the existing drawing. And this is the one with the planning and survey, like £900, right? Which includes the on-site measured survey, right? So that's what they are doing, like suitable for a project with no existing drawing available, right?
They're missing out on the ticks, though, aren't they? They're missing out on a side-by-side comparison.
Exactly, right.
It's hard to understand, but you've got to click to view each package individually, haven't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
If we've done that longer and we had ticks next to what's included and what isn't.
Right. So definitely, I mean, we'll definitely build a package with all the ticks and all, which so they can compare what all is included and what's not included, and then they're providing. So this is what the kind of a strategy that pricing strategy that we are planning for you guys, and also you probably can give me what sort of a pricing that you are okay to offer.
I will look into that and I'll give you a price list, definitely.
Sure. So over here, so Archiplan, you have seen these sort of keywords that they are targeting, and there are certain like loft plan, right? This is loft plan they are targeting, and they are on page position 1, right? And they are getting 146 clicks out of it. Extension drawing is another key.
Sorry to keep interrupting, but this is quite interesting. So if I was to add up all their estimated visits, that's roughly how much traffic they've got to their website organically from where they are, yeah?
Yeah,
Because that's amazing. That is amazing how many visitors they're getting.
So
per
that's
month.
like 1949, which I see from this. So this is again,
Even if you converted 10% of that, which is very low, they're getting probably about 190 jobs a month, aren't they?
so again, this is something using one particular tool, right? It could be something they could be kind of getting to a 10-20% deviation might be there, right? So but still you'll see like the tool that just like you have SEM Rush, similar sort of tool that I have used to get all this thing, right? So it will be pretty close. Probably certain keywords would be missing, but this is give you some good idea exactly what keywords are they ranking, and which you probably need to target, right? So you can't calculate exactly. I mean, this could be kind of a
No.
wrong calculation to do right away, right? So but still they could be getting a bit more than that particular number, definitely. I mean, because certain keywords would have been.
Visitors per month, you would expect them to be getting a few jobs out of that, wouldn't you? Absolutely, wowzers! Wow, and they don't do AdWords at all, do they? That's all organic, that one, isn't it?
These all are organic, yeah, right, that's correct.
This is what we need to be doing. We need to get to the top of Google or on page one of Google organically, don't we?
Right. Right, so let's move on to the Apex Loft, right? So Apex Loft, you will see like there are certain keywords that are good for you probably. I mean, this loft conversion plan which you are targeting like the other keywords like Dormer Loft, which is nothing to do, Loft extension as well. There's nothing to do with the planning words and all, right? Loft conversion company again have marked it as a benefit of doubt where people would might get plans for it as well. And loft plans also, they are ranking probably on the position 12th, and they're not getting that much of it, right? So this is the kind of traffic that Apex Loft is getting, and they are more into kind of the construction sort of a business, right?
Yeah.
Right. So but still there are certain planning keywords that we can take out from those these websites as well, right? And talking about that particular extension plan design, right? So this guy was again is ranking for cheap drawings from where he's getting a lot of traffic. So extension plan is another keyword that we can take sort of inspiration, and the other keywords that he's trying to rank, but he's like not getting any traffic because the position is like on fifth or sixth page, right? Extension drawings is what he is ranking. So we see like a lot of similar keywords, right, which Archiplan and this guy is ranking for, right? And these keywords we can steal from their competitors and seeing they are profitable for these guys because they are getting they're ranking on probably on page one and getting good traffic out of it, right? And when we talk about Harvey, right? Harvey is architects planning is one particular keyword, which because they're ranking for loft conversion, and they're getting a lot of hits from this particular high volume keyword, which is like 900 clicks, right? But there are certain other keywords,
Lazardo. So they're ranking high for that, and they're not even the builders.
right? And you'll see one keyword which is called loft conversion planner, right? Which is probably we can probably you can think of that particular keyword as well, right? Where
So
they're
the floor plan, isn't it? I think that wants to plan out their own little loft conversion, I would have thought, would you? Like wedding planner and all that.
right. So they are getting like 300 clicks from this loft conversion planner, and they're ranking on position one, right?
I want to look targeting that for SEO, but I'm not sure that I'd do a paid ad on that because I think we could end up a lot of traffic where people are just looking for like a little planning design package where they can sort of plan out where their bed's going to go and the furniture and that sort of thing.
Like Highfield.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure I'd pay for them clicks. To be fair, I wouldn't risk it. It might be worth doing for a week or two and see what happens. When we've got all the conversion tracking set up, it might be worth just running it as a temporary thing and see how we get on with it rather than as a full time.
Right.
Yeah, he is.
Hello.
Right. So definitely, I was thinking like you were discussing with you with among you guys, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
definitely, I mean, you can. This is the good keyword which I see like law of conversion planner, right? People generally, I mean, write because there are many ways of writing. People just generally like law of conversion plan, and they also like, I mean, instead of they're looking for planner who can plan, who can do the drawings as well, right? So it's a way of how you can interpret, because a lot of people they say it differently and write it differently, right, when they are searching on Google,
Yep.
right? So definitely, and you'll see like one particular Norman architect, the Harvey Norman architect, and they have built a brand name from themselves. Like they have got 720 search volume for their own brand name, which is pretty good. Like, I mean,
Yeah, they are a big company.
right. So now let's talk about Simply Loft, right? So Simply Loft, you'll see like they Loft Conversion London and Loft Conversions London, right? They're ranking for these two because again they are more into construction, right? So they're not targeting any planning keyword, right? I didn't see like any sort of plan keyword, because they have it's tough to get because they have like plan in their URL itself. So I didn't see any planning key, yeah, so some this Victorian Terrace loft conversion plan, but it's a pretty less search volume, right? So they are not ranking any for planning because they are into construction, right? But still from this note we can see like one particular keyword which was something like loft conversion London. This is something which with a search volume of 1900 they are getting 578 clicks because they are ranking on position 1, right? So something which definitely not relating to the keyword, not relating to the planning, but this is a localized keyword. Instead of targeting loft conversion for the SEO purpose, right, we can even think about this particular London keyword, right? So now let's talk about A9 Architect. So they are like, I mean, ranking and getting lot of traffic for one particular keyword. With just I showed you in the previous call as well, like one particular blog post that they have written. So that's another strategy, and this is a way of instead of getting a landing page done and ranking that particular landing page, they have done a one big blog post, right, and they have ranked that particular blog post because that's how people generally search on Google. They are more towards once they decide to do a loft conversion, they look for cost, right? And that's where you can create an impact and create your own brand name or some sort of a, so that people can know you exactly when they come on your blog post, they definitely check your brand, and that's you create some sort of awareness about your business to put them something 5% of top of your sales funnel, right? And some way you can collect that, and this is all for the kind of a SEO purpose, right? You'll see like kind of keywords that they are ranking and getting a lot of traffic for, right? They are totally onto informational stuff, and the kind of keywords they have ranked on Google, it's nothing related to planning, but all towards how much does loft conversion cost, and conversion price and prices, right? So you'll see like a lot of traffic that they're getting from like 4,000 traffic is what they're getting from this particular targeting this sort of strategy, like telling people, educating people, right? So even one person converts like 39 conversions probably they might be getting from that particular sort of educating people, right? So hello.
You still?
Hello, I think
Hello.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for a second then.
All right, no problem. So that's what I was saying. I mean, they were getting like 4,000 clicks with this sort of strategy where they are explaining and educating people about cost and all, right? So if they get probably 1% conversion out of it, like let's say 39 people, probably they are converting like 40 odd jobs that they're getting just for educating people after like, I mean, what sort of how much it will cost, right? So that could be one of your topic that you can create for one particular video, right? How much that love conversion cost, and that video probably if that goes viral, right, you'll get a lot of organic inquiries from that particular video, right? So and let's talk about Peterberry, right? So Peterberry, the party wall surveyor, right? So they were like, I mean, targeting this party wall surveying London, right? And they're ranking on position 1, and you'll see like it's a localized keyword which is getting them 300 clicks, right? The other thing are like party wall agreement, which is kind of a keyword which is having too much search volume, but this is again kind of a keyword which can definitely target with the SEO purpose, right? And also party wall surveying London is something which you can even target with the AdWords as well, right? Where people are looking for surveying job to be done on London, right? So this is profitable for both. So this is how people, instead of just party wall surveying, they are looking for building surveyors in London. I'm not sure if the building surveyors are different than party wall surveying.
They are, yeah. We wouldn't target building surveying.
Okay, all right. So definitely we can. I just remove that so that I didn't knew yet. Different, right? All right. So Harding surveyors, they are house surveyor cost. That's how people are searching. Just like for loft conversion, we have seen people are looking for how much does it cost, and they are also kind of ranking this particular party wall surveyor London keyword, which is on position 2, and they're getting 162 hits from that particular keyword, right? And there are many other roof surveyor or roof surveys. So are these probably, I'm not sure.
None of those are really relevant to us, really. Only the party wall stuff.
Right, and this party wall agreement cost and party wall agreement, this also.
They're relevant. They're definitely
Right,
relevant.
right. So this also we can probably think of targeting, because people who are searching for cost, right, they are definitely would want to kind of get that particular job done, right?
Yeah.
And that's the why people generally search for cost, right? And then FPWS is again party wall surveyors in London. You'll see like they are also targeting that particular keyword from which they are getting some sort of a traffic, right? And this is pretty strange. Like this is a kind of a you are saying like it's an organization who provide training and services, stuff like where other party wall surveyor get associated with, and they get that badge done, right? But this FPWS is not doing good in terms of ranking for any kind of a keyword which is getting them a lot of traffic, right?
Got all the different
Yeah,
surveys all
I
grouped
think
together.
I think they're doing paid advertising more than SEO, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, and they're
Alright.
just a company that's got
And then
loads
they
of
just
people
sub
under
out
it.
the franchises, don't they? Yeah.
Right. All right. So, and we were seeing what sort of a traffic for using another sort of tool, right? How many organic traffic that they're getting, right? So once we have, once we saw like they were getting something like 1900 odds hit a month, right? So that's what they were getting, like 2000 organic traffic. RQ plan is what they are getting, right? And they have recently increased their traffic, like after October it has been a steep incline, right, till Jan, right? After before that it was pretty steady, like they're not getting that much of traffic, but recently they have jumped their traffic because they have probably been doing some sort of SEO. And you'll see like the SEO generally it takes a bit of time, and once it shoot it gives you a kind of a good definitely sharp parabola kind of a trajectory, right? And Apex Loft conversion is not getting that much of organic traffic. Is looks like 781. It's have been probably dropping their organic traffic, and you'll see like backlinks and all, how much, and the number of organic keywords that they're ranking, right? They're targeting, like they're ranking for 746, but they have lesser backlinks. So that's again another. I don't want to go into too deep of that particular science, but still, you'll see those numbers, like what sort of extension plan design. They're just ranking for only one particular keyword, and that he's getting like 280 clicks, and it's again inconsistent sort of thing that you see for their organic traffic. Harvey Norman Architect, they are getting like 4000 monthly traffic, and again it is dropping a bit, right, for them, because I'm not sure, they are not doing. But generally, what generally people do is they're actively doing the SEO, and they're moving up a bit, right? And probably these guys have done the SEO, and they have not been doing regularly, and probably this is a bit kind of, you can say, like declining, or but still 4000 is a good number, even for loft conversion, because they are targeting those sort of keywords. Simply Loft, again, they're rising a bit and they are getting good amount of traffic, like 11,000, way better than Harman Norman Architect are getting. Right, so this is again they are inclining because they are these numbers will these graphs and all this will show like how actively they are investing on their existing SEO or organic monthly traffic. It's rising, right, for them. So this all graph shows like how active they are in terms of improving their organic traffic. So A9 Architect, it is a kind of a great jump for them. They are getting like 7,000 traffic, and you'll see the traffic have recently in the past year they have jumped their traffic.
Was that all off that post, was it? And that was all off of that blog post that they've done in May.
Right, maybe like one particular blog post that they have done for loft conversion. They have made the kind of good job and kind of increase their traffic. Right, so we'll definitely, if you want, probably, to dig further deeper, I'll give you the links, right? And this is something which we have to study because if you talk about A9 Architect, right? So let me go back to that particular A9 Architect, right? And you'll see like the most of the traffic, right? So they are getting for that particular blog post. That's correct, right? So which one they have ranked on?
When did they post that? Do you know?
Come again?
That was posted in May. That blog, that blog post. Did you go to it?
Right. So that was 2nd Feb, right? Feb. It was that what Feb of, right? 2019 Feb, 11 Feb is when, yeah. So 11 Feb is is when they posted it. Right, so this blog post and all what they are doing, it's getting them good organic traffic, right? So this again Feb 11. So this is the same blog post, right? Just one I see it differently, and all this one particular blog post which they posted till here, right? It's giving them that sort of jump, like 4,000 hits that they're getting per month. Right, with one particular blog post being getting viral or getting ranked on page 1 of Google, right? So you'll see like out of that, right? So that's what the strategy could be. We can, that's what we have been doing for most of the clients, right? We focus on creating quality content and creating one particular blog post which can go viral on Google and can get ranked on page 1 of Google for a competitive keyword. This strategy, that's what I showed you for Astro London. We are targeting to rank them for artificial grass installer, and that's where we have done like a blog post of 15 reasons why you should get a artificial grass installed, right? And we have targeted on that particular installation, artificial grass installer, artificial grass installation, install artificial grass. These are kind of keywords that we are trying to get that particular blog post ranked, right? So Peterberry is like 4,600 traffic what they are getting. It's a kind of a steady again, right? And Harding Surveyor is 2,000 is the traffic that they're getting, and it's increasing, so they are pretty much active, right? And they are probably utilizing and getting further more organic. So this is again FPWS is not is declining. You'll see like they are not actively doing something on their organic traffic. Right. So after all this thing, we did all research analysis. There are certain questions that we probably try to address, and based on that, we do this sort of SWOT analysis. Right. So Archiplan, they are on first page of Google. Right. They have like 3,000 positive reviews. Is what their strength. They have featured on many magazines. Right. Their prices are very competitive. They portray themselves as cheap, cost-effective service provider. They are posting almost daily on social media, so these are their strengths, right? The weakness is like they're not offering any party wall survey. That's what we have seen. Like none of these providers, they don't explicitly kind of mention, because these are two things which when we were doing the discovery session with you, these two things popped out, and this could be your USP where you can beat this competition.
I think it is going to be the USP, because there's normally either an architect or there's a party wall surveyors. I don't think there's many other companies that do this, the two products in house. So
it's a marriage between a party wall surveyor and an architect, isn't it? So yeah, I think that is going to be our USP. That is, well, without
Right.
doubt.
Right. So that's what we can definitely. I mean, that will beat all the competition, because when we were studying all these competitors, we didn't see any of these were providing these two services, which we can definitely put somewhere on top, and we can stand you apart from your competitor. Right, where you can be a party wall surveyor and dispute resolution and help with the implementation stuff in as well, just not doing the planning and just giving them plans and disappearing. Right, so no lead magnet, there's no lead magnet, there's no connection building, just like some sort of videos or introduction. There's no owner who is there were no faces on the website, which is something which I see that they should have done it to create some sort of an emotion, and created even some emotional trigger or fear factor, just like when we were talking about fear is another way of getting like traffic, right? I mean, people attracted towards you, where you can say, like, if you don't do your planning correctly, I mean, there could be a case like you can get into a dispute with a party wall if you don't do party wall survey. So these sort of languages that we can use to attract a kind of a client and towards KGM instead of Archiplan when we are competing with them. Right, so this sort of stuff we can do. And the opportunities, they should offer discounts to get more lead, right? Or the prices, just like how you have seen Resi, they have been more competitive than Archiplan, right? So discounts and all, they generally work. Like, I mean, I see none of the competitors are who are into the planning. They're offering some sort of 10% discount voucher, right? Because if you give 10% discount voucher and you attract a few more leads, right? So that will be something which will increase your conversion rate, right? Offering them some sort of a discount voucher and all when they are doing some sort of a purchases from you, right? Which probably they can do. They should offer a party wall survey. They help in implementation. The project, they're not mentioning that they're providing any sort of help. Utilize video marketing, so that's what the opportunity is for them, right? Which can you can utilize. Threat is like threat is probably have used similar for all the businesses, because that's where any business can. You have been also, I mean, when you're sharing the experience during your discovery call, like, I mean, people are you are the first one to start this sort of trend where we're doing the planning and all. So there are a lot of businesses that have come, they have beating you, because they are more competitive or providing better prices or quality, right? So threat is the same for every business, for me, for myself, and for any particular even multi-billion dollar business. The threat is same, like providing better quality with better prices, right? So design spec, their strength is like they have VR walkthroughs. They set up free meetings, right? So that's what we saw, like when we were doing the design research. They have this wording which was there, like they are open for free meetings. They have 5-star ratings on Trusterator. They are pretty active on, again, FB.
With the free meetings, I said I'd be happy to do like virtual meetings with them.
Right.
Maybe even.
You do free
If we do location pages for the Essex ones, I've done do a consultation there,
you do free.
but I don't want to be offering it to London and other places. So if we do like a location page just purely for Essex, then I don't mind doing a free meeting for them.
All right. So definitely, I mean, for the local areas, you can definitely mention like free meetings, yeah. Or what we were talking about is some sort of a virtual meeting, right? So that you can they can book a slot, and just like I do, like, I mean, when we set up a meeting, right? So it looks like you are pretty much professional guy who follows some sort of a calendar and all, right? So that's definitely a plus point, where you can set up a free meeting, so you can utilize that free meeting towards the online kind of a meeting, where you can get into a Skype call or even a WhatsApp video call, right? So quick way of creating a connection with the target audience, so that you don't lose a lead. And a free meeting would be something like, yeah, video WhatsApp or Skype WhatsApp or Skype video call. Right, so 5-star rating. They are active on FB. 31,000 is their unique views on Pinterest that we saw. Like, I mean, that's these are the strength of design spec. they're not ranking for any competitive keyword on Google, right? So that's what we saw. Like there could be weakness, and they have a non-converting homepage. Their design is not that much attractive and appealing, right? Which they could have done better. They should the same, like they're not utilizing video marketing. The same, like opportunities, party walls are where they could get into it. They should help in implementation of the project. So these are the things, like I mean, which they are not doing. Or none of the business are doing, will become our strength. Like I mean, we can provide those services. The threat is again same, with the better prices or better quality or better design with the website. We can beat them anytime. For the Apex Loft, they rank on page one for competitive keywords, 4 star, 4.9 star reviews that they have, 30 years of experience. They are just into loft conversion and extension niche. So this is something like they show like they are into particular niche, right? And that's where it makes their strength is like, and they provide implementation along with planning services. So that's their strength is like. They're just not planners, they are kind of a construction company who just provide both the services, right? They have a non-converting design, not active on social media, posting same sort of construction shots that I showed you on Facebook, right? They have no other social media profile other than Facebook, right? So that's their weakness. And opportunities is with a better converting design, with a lead magnet, they can get more leads. Not doing any before after images of their construction. They can exploit Pinterest, YouTube, and Instagram, but they're not doing that. Uh, Again, the same threat, better prices, better quality. Anyone can beat them. Harman, Norway, the strength is like their Reba architect. They provide implementation just like the other we have seen. They have 20-year company. Their business have grown just by referrals. So this is something which we have taken from their about page, where this guy have, you'll see like the about page is the about page was pretty good, where they have shown the owner behind it, the story, right? They have some bit of videos and testimonials. That's what we saw, like I mean, when we were studying their YouTube channel, right? So they have a bit of introduction, and their about page is pretty kind of interactive, in the sense like good content is there, and this is what guy he has given his bio. So about page is very important, and this about page was pretty good, where they something, yeah. So you'll see like he started the business in 2008, and since then he has grown mainly through referrals, right? So that's what we see, like I mean, and that's what have been a strategy for each and every business, because no matter how much amount you spend in AdWords, no matter how much amount you spend doing the organic SEO and all, right? If your existing customers are not referring you, then you probably have to introspect and think about the way of improving your workmanship or the service quality, right? Because referral is a one word of mouth is a one way of achieving a good sort of growing business, right? So that's their strength, right? And the weakness is they look costly, just like they are Reba architects, so probably they look costly definitely, and they're not active on social media. Their design is not converting, no FB, Pinterest, or Instagram account, because just like they have been growing with referrals, so they don't rely on all that, right? Opportunities is they have a YouTube account, but they are not active on it, right? And threats again the same, probably I mean for each and every business it will remain the same. So this I think is not, I'll probably have it KGM, right? So for you, you have 10 years of experience, business experience, I'll say, like I mean 10 years of business experience is your strength. First one to offer planning service. Kev, being the founder, you have 25 years of experience, so that's what we can create some sort of about page where you can say like you have 20 years of design experience, where you have been doing, you have a TV commercial, no doubt that channel is probably that show is offline, but it's way of showing how old you are, right, into this business. Then showing authority, somewhere we can show that TV commercial, because I didn't see anywhere of all those big brands as well if they have any sort of TV commercial, because that's where your strength could be, because you're not utilizing that, and your strength is like you provide party wall survey and the dispute resolution. So these are your strengths, right? And the weakness is replies late to the client, and even reply probably, I mean, you have to work upon this thing, and some are pretty bad and damaging reviews you have on Google, right? So one of the strategy probably, I mean, right now I'll say like you have to collect a lot more better reviews on Google, right, or on hose, because we can't, because if someone search KJM, right, that's how generally people go about searching for a brand name, right, and they generally see like 4.3 reviews, and if I click on this 55 Google reviews, the one I see like all negative reviews that comes up at the top, right? I mean, you'll see this one, you'll see this again, a negative review.
Show up at the top like that, because obviously that was a long time ago, that review. Is there no way we can get it so that the reviews are only showing up by the most, no, 'cause it says most relevant, doesn't
And
it?
anyway, that guy there, we didn't even actually do his project.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
It's an actual fault.
Is it because of the number of likes that review got? Can we not just get people to like the other reviews
Definitely.
to get them
Yeah.
higher up?
Yeah. So you can definitely do. I mean, get some reviews liked up in for the positive one as well, right? Or you can
That's
ask.
chance away, because that one's got 6 likes. It's the same little suspects, isn't it? That
Yeah.
are,
Yeah, and it's unfair because we didn't
she
even,
put that down again, didn't she?
yeah, after we went and done everything.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of, I mean, that's what I mean. What we recommend is like you get Trustpilot as well, because this will like take another 3 at least 3 months for us to do the website completely, right? So I'll recommend right away, because you're doing like 4 jobs a week right now, as we spoke last, right? So getting 4 reviews a week, that will be something like 12 reviews a month. So you'll have something good like 30-40 reviews, right, positive reviews collected on your Trustpilot or hose or something like that. Even if you have to offer them £10 or some sort of discount, like 10% discount or in the final payment or anything, like, I mean, you can have to think something. I'll give you a strategy like when we work upon that, but when we were discussing last time, the Amazon voucher and all that, generally you don't have to offer that straight away, because you probably have to collect the review by doing a good job for them, and so that they can give you a review straight away when you ask them. But if they're not giving, you have to offer them those sort of things to build that reputation for your brand name, because this is a bit damaging, which I see when I search that, right? So we have to improve that in some other medium, probably Trustpilot or hose, or
When you collect Trustpilot reviews, do they also add on to the Google? Do they go side by side, or
no, what I'm saying, like, I mean, people definitely they won't be coming on to this. This is probably 1% or probably 4-5% people generally just search that, because right now, if I see on KJM, right, I don't see any reviews that you have shown. I've shown you like a lot of sites where people are showing reviews on their website, right, and they are beating objection, they are building trust. But on this your website, I don't see any reviews, so we can't show Google reviews, and that's the reason I'm recommending, like, I mean, we put some sort of trust wallet badge or hose badge where you have collected some good reviews in this 2-3 months of time. Right. So this is something which probably you have to work upon side by side when we are doing this site, right? Because we have to show reviews, and if we are showing reviews, we have to show that they are coming from authentic, some trust wallet, or from by giving them that badge, because that's how generally people trust. If you just post reviews without giving any reference, people generally don't trust that, right? So that's what we have to do. Right, so that's it. So we this with this probably we are done with this research. So if you have probably any questions or anything probably wish you add, just let me know.
that's good. I'll let you get home. I've just seen the time over there. It's 5:45 at night, isn't it? You need to get home.
No, actually I'm working from home today. Actually, it was my first day of my daughter going to the preschool, so I took a bit of off in morning time. Like, I mean, we went there and to drop her, so it was. Right, I'm working from home. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, no problems. All right, cheers, Ro. I'll speak to
Yeah.
you soon. Yeah.
All right. All right. Take care, man. Take care again. All right.
See you,
Take care.
Val.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.